I was drawn to this game because of how weird it looked. The design was very abstract and convoluted, which definitely caught my interest. And I have to say, I've never been so confused in my life. The game gives you no premise, no instructions, all you have is a strange room with some weird curvy shapes, a strange face, and a hand that you can control. The game will sometimes control the hand for you, but mostly that's the closest thing you could call you in the game. You don't have a character, you don't play as anyone in particular or as anything, you just click around and then things happen. There is some guidance as to what to do in each level, as the fingers of your hand will wiggle when you're hovering over something interactable. As you click on each thing, the shapes will morph and likely grow tentacles as they reform into some kind of new convoluted shape. It reminds me a little of an old Flash game I used to play called Samarost. That was set on a strange alien world and contained a lot of weird stuff, and it was a point and click. But that one had a bit more focus to it. There's no story to this game, nor is there really any purpose, but I was carried from start to finish by nothing more than confusion and curiosity. Luckily that did the job well enough, coupled with the fact the game only took me 12 minutes to complete. The game is described by the creators not as a game, but as an experience, and I have to say they're right about that at least. It certainly is an experience with no real purpose or anything in it to understand, but at the same time it does have a strange kind of appeal to it. Other games I've slated for being pointless quite easily, and this game feels to me like it could receive the same criticism, but at the same time there's something more to it. Its appeal is all in the visuals, the Play-Doh-esque shapes with their metallic sheen and the captivatingly fluid way they grow tentacles and twist their way into other vague shapes. I wish I could say more, but I tried to look more into it and I couldn't find anything. It feels like I want some closure with this game, but I won't get it. There's nothing to understand, even though I feel like there is. Graphically and atmospherically it's good. I couldn't even try to categorise it into a genre. And there's no story or end goal, but the game does guide you by letting you know interactable objects at least. Sadly it is very short, and I see very easily how the abstractness of it could put people off. It's hard to say how I feel about this game. I didn't dislike it, so I'll give it a positive score, but it was just such a strangely guided game that I feel like something's missing from it. It may be a piece that's supposed to just be open to interpretation, like art pieces in museums, but I'm a bit straightforward for that kind of thing. It did look good, but I think it would have been nicer to have some sort of meaning and not feel so open-ended and confusing. I'll give Wurroom a 7 out of 10.